Even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, "You owe me." Look what happens with a love like that. It lights up the whole sky.
The way this book is written is different from many books that you've read. The ideas are not complete. The book is infinite. You can continue to write this book. Young people, they're so creative. They come up with ideas that maybe even the author did not intend it to. The openness of the book allows us to sort of explore. I don't teach mindfulness. What I do is, I don't make anything complicated. I don't even say mindfulness. We open the book, and then we read something in the book.
Have you ever explored the inside of a clock? It's a miracle in motion. Tiny cogwheels are working in unison, very reliably so. An even greater miracle, however, is our body. The minute we take our first breath, all of our organs start collaborating automatically. Our body knows instinctively what to do, how to act and react when we are sick, exercising, or resting.
Think about how can that chapter that you're reading be used by other people or by yourself. How can you put those practices in a daily life?
And the heart gets nourished from something, your breath.
I feel like as a teacher, I am just surprised about how the kids just don't have that humanity. It's like they're not doing well in classes because there are other pieces that are missing. Pieces of being human, they're just not there.
A lot of our learners are challenged. I have a lot of kids on the spectrum, and I have a lot of kids with anxiety and depression.
When I get like a week of sports in school and I just get really busy, I get really overwhelmed, and then sometimes it's really hard for me to just calm myself down.
A lot of kids these days do school well. We sort of call it that. So they know how to do the stuff, but they don't do really well if they're challenged and fail or make mistakes.
And I get worked up really, really fast, and then I get in trouble by my teacher and I have to get sent out the classroom.
I'm also surprised about the power of this technology. It's like every little chance they get, they're on cell phones.
The students I deal with get their cell phones by 4th or 5th grade. They're also using the computers at home before that, using the iPads, different tablets.
I've had a couple of kids in my class don't know how to write. They're very bright kids because they're here. I feel like this technology, we can't blame it right now. I mean, it's on and it's really, really good. Here we are, we're using it, we're capturing some information. But as responsible adults, if we want to keep healthier kids and contribute as citizens, we have to add something on these math, language arts, and other things that we're teaching. For me, this rubber band, it represents that flexibility, that resilience. And that resilience is not about being tough, but it's just being soft.
And it's not just for students, but it's for teachers as well. Mindfulness makes us stop for a moment throughout a day, taking a breath, taking a moment to settle your nervous system and open your point of view, whether it's to what you're feeling and sensing in yourself, or whether it's what the person across from you is feeling and sensing, or whether it's the nature around you, or whether it's your teacher giving instruction.
Oh, Bennett just want to know. All my classrooms begin with some kind of meditative activity, which is led by kids.
Most of the things we worry about never actually happen. But this doesn't stop us from worrying. On the first day of school, we might be a little nervous. For example, wondering what the other students will think of us. By giving our thoughts a little more space, we can stop the hamster from going around the wheel. By taking a couple of breaths, we can put a little distance between us and our worries so that they don't rule over our lives.
I do that every day, and when you talk to them, they talk about how this helped them.
Like it helps calm you down with a moment of silence.
You might be beautiful, talented, and resilient.
Yes. It felt good.
It felt good.
The mindfulness to me is my way of making the school meaningful to them, because when I listen to them, the school is meaningless. They want to go home, they want to go watch Netflix and all those kind of things. But I don't see the community there. Like, I don't see them like finding ways of enjoying being with other people.
We live in a time when, with all the things that happen in schools, and we become more and more aware that this is the time to build community. Just takes a moment to close your eyes, remember, breathe deep and hook in. And that ability to pay attention, to me, is like the bedrock of all the things we say we really want in schools. Better community, students who are more focused on their learning, who have a broader, more open point of view.
I think it's just a way to maybe, I'd like to use the word maybe uncover. So some of it's uncovering your own innate skills at taking care of ourselves and our brain's ability to do that.
If we want to close the gap that we keep talking about, the mindfulness is going to have to be there. Because you can't tell me that all the work is going to come from us pouring money, bringing programs. At some point, a kid needs to know, what is it that I'm working on, and be really present.
Thoughts are thoughts, not black and white truth. The same is true for our emotions. Whether it's fear, anger, impatience, or rage, when we register our emotions in the spirit of mindfulness and recognize them for what they are, we open up in new ways. A new relationship to our emotions. A new freedom.